All right, there we go. We're live.
And now, South Carolina.
Welcome to the TRprepper Tuesday Night Bull Ring.
Tuesday Night Bullshit.
Yeah. All right. Well, damn, y'all stop. Okay. Welcome to another Tuesday Night Chat. And we got a great panel here tonight. And I'm going to start with Rosie and let her do her intro.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you again. And happy March. Hope everybody is doing well. Rosie O'Kelly channel, Rosie Murphy channel for bi-monthly updates. Check them out. So great to be back and good to be with Rick and Pops and Blue. And of course, TR.
Yep, I told you she'd be back. And Rick, is your six covered? Would you like to do an intro, Mr. fucking video whore?
Yeah. Most videos wins, bitches. For the day. No, appreciate everybody showing up. Nice seeing all you guys on the panel. And let's get crazy tonight. Let's have some fun and see what happens.
Cool. Pop's Quest, would you like to do an intro?
Yeah, yes and no. I don't really do long intros. Appreciate you having me. Always fun being on. Can't really talk about the politics a whole lot, but I'll get involved when I can.
I'm kind of burnt out on politics, so we can talk about it or not. I really don't care.
No, I don't mind talking about it. I just don't know a whole lot about it. You know, I haven't been up. That came out the wrong way. I haven't been keeping up on it. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, kind of me too, in a way. Anyway, Blue 823, would you like to say anything, brother?
No, it was just kind of like once Trump got elected, we all took this big sigh of relief and just don't give a fuck at all for the next couple months. I mean, it's like a breath of fresh air, I guess. But thanks for the invite as always. Yeah, and Six, Rick, you, man, your videos, man, you got to slow down. What was that? 10 in one day?
Like
But the night's still young, my friends.
It is. He's gonna step off camera, make a 2-minute video, post it while we're doing the chat. But no, I got nothing really. Getting excited for the next couple weeks coming up here. Leave it at that. But it's gonna be a good time, and let's get on with the chat.
Okay, Rosie, would you normally you start off with talking about economics or whatever, but you can or cannot, whatever you want to do. If you'd like to start off with that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you guys would be all excited. The fresh meat out there, the Republican unveiled replacement for Obamacare today kind of went over like a lead balloon in amongst a lot of the conservatives. I thought you really want to weigh in on that because it's one of the ways that I think that Trump is going to start being trapped here by some of his campaign stuff. But we'll start with the economics. There's really not a lot going on. The what I call the bubble continues to build, but not at the same furious pace as it was, say, 3 weeks ago. Like I say, from my perspective, there's really not a lot of value out there in terms of investing or things that look like a good potential investment over the long haul. And I've beaten that drum for a while now, and I still maintain that. And I think that's going to be the case going forward. And I think some things in politics may begin to weigh on the market now. This like I said, this kind of bombshell came in with the Republican proposed healthcare replacement for Obamacare, and it's like, you know, a lot of the people that elected Trump are saying, hey, we just wanted to repeal Obamacare. We don't really care about having a follow-on plan. We just wanted to get rid of Obamacare because it was such a disaster. And now it looks like this Republican proposed plan really doesn't do much to change Obamacare. It substitutes tax cuts or tax subsidies for buying insurance, but it raises the premiums for the elderly, up to 5 times the cost for health insurance for the elderly. So a lot of people are really pissed off in the Republican Party, and I think a lot of Democrats are cheering right now that that Trump had made this promise to come out with something that was better than Obamacare and would be more affordable to people. But this is the reality of today. There's not a lot of things that you can do to make healthcare more affordable. So I think it's going to be Trump's first major letdown here, because I guess they should have taken it in 2 steps. They should have just done the repeal of Obamacare first, but they were afraid because Trump had made this campaign promise that we're going to do something better than Obamacare. Well, it doesn't look like it's better than Obamacare. It looks like it's different, but it's going to be troublesome. It's going to be unaffordable for a lot of people. And it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. He didn't need to have Republicans against him at this point in time. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So I thought that you all might want to weigh in on that. That's a pretty significant development today. Besides, I know you want to talk about the WikiLeaks and all that came out today, and the claims that the CIA can tap Samsung TVs and other things like that. But I think it's really incredible to see this kind of corner that President Trump is kind of backed into early in his presidency. So it's going to be interesting to see how much he embraces this plan or quickly tries to bury it. Says, let's just repeal Obamacare first, which is what most people elected Trump to do anyway, most of the Republicans. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So that's what's on my plate today, and that's what I'm thinking about, is how this is all going to play out. And also some people were talking about the debt ceiling being raised up too will have to be coming. And, we've talked that to death in terms of how much the national debt has grown up towards above $20 trillion, exceeds the value of the stock market now, which is a worrisome sign. So I'm worried that we're reaching this point where we've gotten everything that we can get out of investments, and now we might have some really tough sledding ahead of us. Not only on an economic front, but a political type front too. The last thing I'll say is Trump's big push is to bring manufacturing back to the United States. In 1939, it was about 35% of the economy was manufacturing jobs. It's about 9% right now. And there's some people that debate whether manufacturing is really a big step backwards. And I know how you guys feel about it. TR, you're involved in manufacturing. Pops, you're involved in manufacturing on a quality craft level and things. So it's kind of interesting that some people are questioning that whole return to manufacturing and putting all their eggs more into the sort of the futuristic things of robotics and computers and continuing to move forward and saying that manufacturing is like a done deal in this country, and attempts to bring it back are going to be very difficult to do, if not impossible, because the climate, the educational system, there's so many things that aren't set up properly to have manufacturing reborn in this country. So I don't know how you all feel about that, but that's the things I think that are really in the news and taking a lot of headlines right now.
Well, I really don't understand why they can't repeal Obamacare. I know it took years to get where it's at now, and it was implemented over a course of years, but you could unfuck it in a couple of years by repealing it and, come up with a 2-year strategy to what's wrong with what it was before. I mean, it's like everybody's freaking out. It's like, oh, you just can't get rid of it because then what? Well, it'll be like it was before.
Let's go back. Well, let's explore the roots of that a little bit. What drove that? What drove in in 2008, the election of Obama was a lot of that change you can believe in, a lot of addresses towards healthcare, especially born out of Hillary Clinton, when under the Clinton administration, she tried to introduce some health plan that blew up in her face. But the reality is the cost of medical care continues to go up, albeit at a slower pace. You know, Trump is putting tremendous pressure on pharmaceutical companies now, calling them out one by one for some of these ridiculous prices that they put on some of these old line pharmaceuticals. But the problem still remains the same as it was in 2008 when Obama decided to tackle the problem of the so-called problem of affordable health care. It's still not affordable. And if you remove that, you have people in process that have been under care and under treatment of this program. And we just can't wholesale dump these people out and have them lose their health. You can see there's a lot of different, there's a lot of sticky wickets on this. There's a lot of handles on this thing that are real sticky, and a lot of problematic things that can really blow up in the president's face. So it has to be careful. I kind of agree with you, TR. The first step should have just been, don't even talk about what comes after, what follows. The first thing is just undo Obamacare to get back to where we were. And then we don't have this pressure to come up with this fucked up, you know, stopgap kind of thing that they've worked at now that half the Republicans can't even get behind. And that's my worry, is that even the problem's still going to be there. It's still going to be there. And that Affordable Health Care Act, like Linda's, it's an octopus with 18 legs. There's going to be a lot of people lose a lot of political capital on this thing, because I just don't know if there's a way to make healthcare generally more affordable, because the press is to sustain life and ever more advanced machinery and electronics and imaging and supporting, extending life. It all costs a tremendous amount of money, hospitalization of people. There's just no, I don't really see a way out of it.
Well, Rosie, how about this plan where they were talking about, I don't want to say taking down the walls, but basically taking out the walls where one insurance company has a monopoly in one half of the state, the other insurance company has a monopoly in the other half. Hospitals won't accept certain insurances because they're not, you know, for whatever reason. I know that there was talk, at least whenever Trump was in the debates and stuff, that was the big part of his Obamacare reform, was that he was going to basically tear down the regulations, tear down whatever, so that it would be like me or you or anybody else, where we're shopping for car insurance, and the insurance companies are competing for market value, so they're going to drop their prices to get better, you know, more people involved. Yeah. Like you know, Geico could save.
Yeah, you. I agree with you. I agree with you, Blue. I understand what you're saying. One of the issues is that health insurance falls under the commissioners of insurance within 50 individual states. So you have to be registered within that state to offer your plan, your HMO or your PPO, and you have to be regulated by that state. Well, the problem is we have 50 different state setups, and even some counties override with requirements that insurance companies, like in our county, Sonoma County, you're required to have dental, to offer dental, but Lake County, north of us, they're not required to offer. So you have all this unevenness of the benefits that are out there, and it makes it really, really difficult. So when you're talking about uniformity, there should be a federal mandate that puts everything on an equivalent kind of term, because so much of our work in healthcare, and I've been involved in healthcare for 18 years, is wasted on compliance and complying with the law and filing so many forms and doing so many things to make sure you're not running afoul of state, local, and federal regulations. Just to get medical waste pickup requires a city permit, a county permit, a state permit, a federal permit, and then a special health and human services permit to take away you know, a little bit of medical, you know, needle disposal and that kind of stuff. So you end up spending about 25 hours a year complying with filling out paperwork just to have your medical waste hauled off, and it costs a fortune, you know, $500 a month to have that process. So you understand why the costs of this stuff are so damn high, because so much of a part of healthcare is compliance and pushing paperwork around that you didn't have to do for free.
I don't understand the cost. Hang on. I gotta mute that. See, to me, every I guess I'm feeding back through somebody's mic there. To me, every other industry on the planet, technology and efficiency and everything has reduced costs, has reduced labor, has put people out of work, has done this, has done that, except for, I guess, healthcare. I mean, to me, it seems like they're living in a little bubble of protection. I mean, those son of a bitches need to be dealt with like a regular, you know, like a business and made to compete. Let those efficiencies not. Okay, so from a manufacturer's point of view, there's been certain efficiencies that I've put in place that have allowed me to profit better, but they've also allowed me to price my goods lower, right? So those efficiencies should allow companies to compete more, to bring the cost down, and also be able to make a decent wage. The problem is right now when it comes to, you know, healthcare or the medical industry in general, they're, you know, and I hate this is coming out of my mouth, but it's a gravy train basically, you know, and on the backs of American people. And then the government subsidized it and took it over, and then they're like, hell yeah, we got this shit for life now, and we need to bring that shit back down to reality.
That's what I want to talk to you. You said healthcare stands alone. Actually, we've had this philosophical discussion before, Pops, and I'm going to just hit the nub of it. Things that the government has gotten involved with to make things, quote, cheaper or more affordable for people has ended up costing us much more in the long run. All we have to do is look at the cost of a college education compared to when before the government got involved with the student loans and all that kind of stuff, and that drive to make sure everybody could go to college, no matter how much of a knucklehead or no matter how much they were ill-suited to go, it was still the push to do. So the result is that the government got into the educational system in a major way, and it screwed that all up in them because of the sudden surge of influx of money. The whole education industry was built on the back of the United States government backing up student loans. The same thing happened in the housing market, Pops, when the government decided to make housing more affordable. All they did was drive up the cost of housing because they helped underwrite loans that should have never been put in people's hands, that overexpanded the marketplace. We have the same thing in healthcare. When the government got into healthcare in a major way, and remember, they're the biggest consumer of healthcare services on planet Earth, and certainly probably in this universe, between the VA, between Medicare and Medi-Cal, their drive is to make sure everybody gets everything that they can get. You know, there's no attempt to ration anything. There's no attempt to. Most of it's cover your ass medicine now. Well, we better take 7 images and MRIs to have this in case I get sued if something's incorrect here. We have all that stuff going on now that adds so many layers of costs, and because the government doesn't really ever have to truly pay anything, they can just borrow more money to throw more money at the system. Somebody's got to pay, and it ends up that the inflated costs are put on the back of people that are in the insurance, that have to buy health insurance and have to, God forbid, pay for a hospitalization with no insurance at the tune of $25,000 a day. It's a disaster. And I point my finger squarely at the government, saying government should not have ever been involved in these. They're not the functions of government to be involved in education and to be involved in housing. That stuff should have, I swear, costs would have been much lower, I think, if the government was never involved in these particular areas. But they don't have any brake on on their appetite for services because they don't ever really have to pay for anything.
I totally agree. The federal government should not be involved in healthcare, not one bit. The federal government should not be involved in healthcare. Period. Period. I don't think they should have regulations that mandate that my employer has to cover me under insurance, because to work there, I have to buy their insurance. I have no choice. There is no choices. I have to get Blue Cross Blue Shield. There is no choice. There is no free market. I say quit making manufacturers, don't even allow them to have insurance for the employees unless they're going to cover it 100%. And let it be like car insurance. I've said it many, many times before. Let it be like car insurance. Let insurance companies from out of state cover people in another state. See, that's one thing that can't be done right now, and that's screwing things up. Let it be like, Geico, Progressive, whatever. Let those bastards compete for my business, and then the cost will go down. And they will drive the cost of the hospital bills down if the federal government will get off their fucking back with all the regulations like you're talking about, Rosie.
Yeah.
Ease that shit up. Let the insurance company say, look, this is what we'll pay for this procedure. And either you will do it or we'll get another hospital to do it. And that's where I'll send my customer, and let them compete without free market. That is why our fucking insurance fucking sucks. I can go to, there's a local doctor's office that will not take insurance. I can go in there for damn near anything, as far as a normal family doctor, and it's cheaper for me to go there without insurance than it is to another doctor with my insurance. It's $30 cheaper for me to go to a doctor without using my insurance than going to a doctor with my insurance.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, because most insurance companies and most policies have gone to that. You have to pay for a single person, a $500 deductible on just normal basic checkups, and it's almost like $5,000 deductible for emergencies, heart attacks.
Exactly. So all you're really getting is a catastrophic insurance policy. You have to cover all the what quote minor unquote stuff, which sometimes isn't even at minor, the first $5,000 or whatever, and then they cover beyond that. That's exactly right. But, I just think when you have somebody that's a consumer of medical services with an unlimited appetite, like the federal and state governments, then their money at the margin pushes the private sector out and makes things much more affordable because they have the ability to tax and borrow to pay those costs. They're not worried. You don't hear anybody throwing their hands up. I don't know about your area, Blue, and you're certainly in the public sector, and God bless you for being there. But you don't hear anybody in California raising a ruckus about cost they get the gold-plated insurance that's 100% paid for everything. So there's no pushback from that sector about the cost of insurance. They're not feeling that pain. But the people that compete to try to get services alongside of them, they're the ones that are really, because let's face it, the government gets a more competitive quote from the private sector than individual companies, just because of their virtue of their size and things. So it makes it very, very difficult to have such a huge player in the marketplace that makes it so uncompetitive for everybody else in there.
Where I'm at, luckily, where I work at, they take care of us. They swallow the bill. My insurance, it's forced down my throat, but I'm one of the people that don't bitch about the insurance being forced down my throat, because to go to a regular doctor, just for a checkup, it's free. To go
you need that. I don't begrudge that. You deserve that and more, in my opinion, because of the job you do. But you can see what I'm saying, though, Blue, the size of government being a consumer of medical services. they don't really care what the bill is at the end. They're not in the business to try to push costs down of cost reduction and stuff. It's not their problem. You know, as long as they can pay the bill or get the taxes or borrow the money, they don't give a shit what something costs.
Well,
So they'll sit
and that's the
and
thing.
say, well, we ought to cover this, we ought to cover that. So
And it's probably like Rick as well. I mean, I don't know what his insurance policy is, but you know, it's a, and I'm not downing any profession anywhere, but there's always been a better policy for law enforcement, firefighters, medics, hospital staff, sometimes depending on what hospital you work for, because money's not being generated unless those people are at work, and they can't be at work unless they're healthy. So they, I don't want to say up the ante, but they do. They take care of those individuals. I don't want to say a little more, but it's true, so that they go to work every day.
you know, I think all of us would support that. I mean, I certainly do. I mean, there are certain sectors of the government services that I think should be supported, because money doesn't do enough to compensate you for the risk that you take and the things that you do in your line of work on a day-to-day basis. You're above and beyond what most people are doing. My problem is that we have a large part of government that's not involved with that they don't put their lives on the line. They're not really in public service per se. But yet the push is always to make sure they have the very best, and the healthcare is never rationed to them. It's never rationed to that part. It's all part of the negotiated packages that they get as government employees, and a lot of them are unionized. You know, state, county, municipal workers unions, and SEIU, Select Employees International. I mean, they get all that, and there's not a lot of pushback in negotiating. So somebody's got to really get stuck with it. And I think the private sector is just at a point where you can't really afford it anymore. And I just think people are going to have to do without, and he's probably going to have to face the reality. The best he's going to be able to do is repeal Obamacare and let the chips fall where they may, and just grandfather people out of that are in treatment. I mean, God knows you don't want to push grandma out of treatment. I mean, that should be the poster child for the midterm elections or something like that. So he's really got a tiger by the tail on this one.
And I know I've beat this drum before, but what really pisses me off is you look across the United States and you look at the governments that are forcing police departments, fire departments, EMS to carry Narcan for drug addicts. And it's all funded through the government. My department doesn't pay for shit. It's all funded by the government. However, we have people that have worked every day of their goddamn life that can't afford their diabetic shot. And there's no help for those people. We're helping the criminal element. We're helping the abusers. We're helping all this shit. However, somebody that ends up with cancer, diabetes, there's a bunch of other, medical conditions, which people really don't have that much control over. And they're being charged $600 a month for a medication so they can live. However, we'll keep our local fucking heroin addict alive just by calling the police.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's a misappropriation of funds. And anybody that watches this, or anybody that's in the chat room that has an addict as a relative, a loved one, I'm sorry, but that is, wow. That blows my fucking mind every time that I think about it, that the government will force money down entities' throats to keep these people alive whenever they make a choice. However, if somebody doesn't have enough money for their cancer treatment, for their dialysis, for their, diabetic issues, oh, well, can't help you there. You're just going to die. What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, Gwen says, Rosie, when I had zero income, I was told with subsidies, my Affordable Care Act insurance would be only $432 a month. I mean, you shouldn't have really had to been pay anything with zero income, because we do have that belief everybody should be covered regardless of income. That's where the rubber hits the road. How do you rationalize everybody having health care when only about 30%, 35% of Americans are paying into a system. It's not going to work on an actuarial basis. It's going to be unsound right off the bat. So it's interesting to me. So I think it's good. I just brought this up because I wanted to just see how Trump was going to deal with if he's going to be able to break this in two and just get the Republicans to just repeal first, or whether a lot of them are going to be under pressure that, oh, you said during the campaign we're going to put something better in place and we can't do X unless we prepare Y. So it'll be interesting to see.
Nope. And this is just from personal experience or just fucking reality. Just because you have health insurance isn't health care. You could go to the hospital with a catastrophic injury, illness, or whatever, still end up with $100,000 bill because insurance won't cover it. Just because you got insurance don't mean shit. You can wind up losing everything you got or going bankrupt with health insurance. That's not health care. Health care is the doctors, the hospital, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying we should have socialized medicine. I'm not saying that. But everybody, when you talk about Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, okay, whatever, all this stuff, the federal government's involved. It's not health care. It's health insurance. And it's costing you out the ass. They're not paying for shit. It's
and
not
remember this, TR, when those bills start coming in from, let's say something catastrophic happens to you, you have what's called first review at these insurance companies. And first review is simply looking at the contract that you have, your plan, and deciding whether we need to cover this or not. Do we have an out? Do we have an outlet on covering what's going on right now? And this is your first look, people, to get in there and examine that insurance policy and look for loopholes or things. Well, maybe he didn't have enough sleep, or maybe he was. They'll look for any kind of thing as an initial disqualifier, and then they'll throw it out there. Now, a lot of people will flinch at that point, fold their tent. Well, my insurance just didn't cover me or whatever, and they win on that basis. So, we have insurance companies at odds with the insured, which I guess is the normal course of insurance companies through history, car insurance, every type of insurance. But they're looking for ways to disqualify you immediately on your needs. So not only do you think you have insurance, then you have to battle to have your coverage enforced and to put into place. And a lot of people have to go through appeals and all that kind of bullshit. They don't know how to do that kind of stuff. They don't know how to appeal decisions that were made, and it ends up being a mess.
Yeah. The first time I had a big problem with the insurance company, I went to a lawyer and was able to get it straightened out with insurance. That's supposed to cover my out-of-pocket was only $5,000. I had a $25,000 medical bill because they weren't going to cover it. But the hospital still billing my ass. And I went to a lawyer, got it straightened out. The second time, I ended up having to declare bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with fucking insurance.
That's what I'm saying. Your insurance may not even be effective anyway, because you have people whose immediate job is to make sure you're not covered when things start to happen.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it could be, and it all adds up because they bill you just multiple times, and it's like, okay, this was $3,000, and the insurance company says, okay, we'll pay $800. Well, the hospital still bills you for the rest.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very curious over the next 30 days to just see how this plays out, because certain promises were made during the campaign, and to both sides, to the conservatives and to people who were afraid that the repeal of Obamacare would leave a lot of people short on insurance that were in coverage and leave them uncovered. So I think it's going to be an ugly spring coming up. I just have a feeling. If nothing else, the healthcare is going to be front and center on that. We'll see how much of a populist president Trump is, what his solution is.
Yeah, yeah, it ain't looking good, but you know, we'll see what happens. Obamacare light, like you said, I'm with you. Just appeal the son of a bitch. Don't try to remake it. Just appeal it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's a huge mistake, because then you're playing right into the liberal hands about, your plan is worse than anything that Obama ever did, and these people were covered. Parla says it really can't get any worse. Yeah, I think it can get a whole lot worse in the next couple months, is my fear that we have these two issues together, repeal versus reform, bundled into one package. So I'll be watching this very intensely, because this is going to color a lot of things that the president wants to do.
There's too many old timers up there that they know that the government having control over their insurance gives them control over the people, and they don't want to let go of that control. They don't want to let go of that power. That's that's the way I look at it. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. Anytime the government gets power over you, they're not going to let it go easily, at least.
One of the things that I thought was very interesting, when I lived in Hong Kong, everybody was covered you didn't have health insurance. All the health care was provided, and it was all subsidized by horse racing. Every Wednesday, they'd have a track in the inner city, and every Saturday, the suburban track would run. And they would take about 15% of the rake. The Royal Hong Kong Jockey Club would take 15% off of the handle. And with that, they were able to provide health insurance for everybody within the territory. So maybe the thing is to get some different sources of funding or something like that, or because I think ultimately, as bad as it's going to be, that the government's, and it could be Trump that does it, pulls the trigger. He might just jump on with both feet into government-run health insurance. Everybody's covered by Medicare, and here we go. We're off to the races, and So that's what I'm really kind of thinking may actually end up happening. It's like we're already 1 foot in, and then we just jump in with 2 feet. But I just thought that was an intelligent way that put the cost of healthcare on the backs of people that enjoyed horse racing. And of course, it was a huge thing over there. But it was interesting the way that they were able to provide that.
Yeah, but over here in the States, you have groups that would completely protest and do all that other shit about horse racing because it's not the animal's choice to race. And but it's but you see the problem. I mean,
I'm thinking we do educational in the state lotteries.
Oh my God! If every state would just,
I like that, Blue. The PETA people are going to stay.
if every state would legalize weed, kick all the bitches out of jail that are in jail for a simple weed possession. Can you imagine how much money you would create on taxes alone, plus how much money you would save by getting these dumbasses out of jail that shouldn't even be there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Christ.
Unbelievable. That's funny as hell, though. I forgot about the horse's rights.
But also a lot of it, and I know I'm going to probably take some flack for this, because if I was ever diagnosed with where I needed a heart transplant, where I needed a lung transplant, it's human nature to want to live. You want to live. However, with that being said, yeah, that whole circle of life thing, that whole, it's one of those deals where I would do everything I could to try to keep myself alive, without a doubt. However, you have a person that smoked their entire life, drank their entire life, and now they need a double lung transplant, a heart transplant, and a kidney transplant. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, I realize money gets you everything, but that's one of those.
You kind of sense, Blue, that we're reaching this point. This will be the last. I think probably beaten this to death, but we're reaching a point where we're noticing all roads are leading to this dead end. You know, you can't have more defense spending if you're, you know, Trump wants to beef up the military, but you've got to have the money come out of something. Well, we're not going to cut his health and human services. And you got all this pressure for health care. The reality is we don't produce enough. We don't produce enough in revenue and enough. We're not productive enough to afford all these things as a nation anymore. That's the reality of it. We've just been living on borrowed money and just sustaining our standard of living on borrowing. And I just think that whole thing is going to crater, and it's going to be damn ugly. There's going to be a lot of things cut in a huge way, and it's, you know, because we couldn't take the first cut, so we'll take the deepest cuts in the end.
You trying to diss on me, Blue? I'm just fucking with you.
No, but I mean, it's really, I mean, if you think about what we're doing, and I'm not trying to sound like Hail Hitler, I'm not trying to do that type of shit, but if you think about it, we are, instead of being evolutionary, we're,
yeah, he's exactly correct. He's 1,000% correct. I mean, we're devolving in a lot of ways by, you know, if you want to be really cold-blooded about it, by, you know, dumbing down the genes and other things going forward. And he's exactly correct. I mean, it does smack of.
We've definitely dumbed down the genes. Have you seen the damn news footage of these snowflakes out there? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, you're just saying, I mean, never, you know, to give an example, like Berkeley's supposed to be the home of free speech and all that stuff. You see Berkeley, and you got the liberals out there beating the hell out of people and stuff. I mean, it's just like everything's turned on its head compared to the way that it used to be. But I agree with you, Blue. It's not a popular thing to have that notion in your head that, you know, we're kind of devolving and we're not putting the best stock and toughest stock going forward because we're keeping every gene alive no matter what. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's not our place to make those decisions, but that's the reality of what's happening.
I mean, and this is, and again, I'm not trying to be, I'm not downing anybody, any disability, anything like that. However, if you look at the law of the land, the king of the jungle, that whole deal, how long would a blind tiger live? I mean, exactly. It's, and I'm not saying let's not help people, let's not get, but what I mean, there's a point, you know what I mean? There's a point to where you're sticking baboon hearts into people. I mean, like I said, I would probably do anything I ever wanted to do to try to live, because that's that human, we want to live and we want to stay living as long as we possibly can. But holy crap, you have all these individuals with very high mental health issues. I mean, let's just put it out there. They shouldn't even be walking the goddamn street, because they'll end up decapitating their mother and calling the cops. You know, I mean, there's something wrong, but yet we will do whatever we can to keep that son of a bitch alive. And 9 times out of 10.
Remember, Blue, that came out in the 60s, Johnson's Great Society, that you know, we can all have a wonderful society and do good for everybody. And that's when we started that everybody should be a winner. There shouldn't be any losers anymore. We got to stop giving gold stars to kids, and we got to stop rewarding, you know, performance and make sure everybody's on the bus, you know, and we'll start directing our efforts to making sure the back of the bus stays up with the front instead of the front of the bus moving forward. We're paying a heavy price for all that crap right now. And you're exactly correct, I think, in your thoughts on that. In catering to that, the underperforming aspects of so many areas of society, we have really screwed ourselves in a major way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just look when they shut down the damn state hospitals. That was how many years ago? 20 about?
Oh, probably more than that. Probably 35 years ago or so, yeah.
Well, now look at society. Look how many people we have out in society with major mental health issues. I mean, major mental health issues.
So, Blue, what would your guess be if you took away those small drug arrest or whatever you'd call them, what would be the percentage of more beds available in the jails, you think?
I have no idea what you just said.
If you took away the minor infractions for drug stuff,
Okay.
How many more beds do you think we would have, like,
Tons.
percentage wise?
Tons. I mean, it's you look at most prisons, and I would say this is a conservative amount. I would say 80% of people are in prison or in jail for minor drug offenses, and they even get state sentences if they get multiple minor drug convictions. Multiple minor drug convictions. You know, I'm not saying, you know, child molesters, shoot them. Rapists, shoot them. You know, I mean, we if I was in charge, we would have no issues with jail.
The reason why I'm asking is I looked up what Colorado, because they went, you know, legalizing marijuana, and in 2015, just in the taxes, they made $35 million. And then in the year 2016, they made $76 million. So there would be more rooms available, more beds in the jails, and their income to help people out. They would have that much more money.
Actually rehabilitate instead of just house them for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and then send them right back out with absolutely no help, which is exactly what the prison system is doing now. That's exactly what they're doing. They house them, they give them little tiny jobs to do to kind of offset the cost, but most people reoffend because they have absolute. God, and I wish, is it Sweden or no, not Australia? Is it Sweden that has like the lowest actual getting back into the system because they actually treat the person and don't just house them with a group of people of like-minded, you know what I mean? And they do nothing.
Yeah, but if they made the jails actually like a jail, like we remember hearing about, and scared us into being, you know, good citizens, instead of it being, you know, exercise all day long, watch TV and all that other bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like Arizona, wear pink stuff, eat bologna sandwiches every day.
And you live outside.
That's the way to do it. Pick up trash on the side of the road every day.
No, I got it right.
I think, well, I mean, the biggest problem we have with, and Blue, you may agree or disagree with me, we need to decriminalize drug use. We need to there should never, ever, ever be a private company that owns a jail.
Mm-hmm.
It should be government only. I mean, that right there is an oxymoron that you got a company that has a jail. Well, what is their policy? How do they do business? They got to have people in jail. Who are they lobbying to put people in jail? I mean, think about it. I mean, it's a fucking business.
You know you have an issue whenever you take somebody in for a fucking public drunk and they're in jail for 5 days for a summary citation. Public drunk. It's like, what the fuck? Let them sober up, send them home, and then let them show up at court.
It's not like Otis in Mayberry in the jail there and go home the next day, right?
Why would they be in jail for 5 days?
Processing.
Because they get paid by the government to house that person for 5 fucking days because it's a private.
It takes 5 days to get them before a commissioner or something.
Well, no, I mean, you have to do that within so many hours. However, I've seen public drunks, which, yeah, most of the time it's younger kids. Sometimes it's the hardcore alcoholic, but they sit in jail for 5 days. I mean, it's like, what the hell? Let them sober up. 12 hours at the most. I mean, if you get a good bender on and you get arrested at 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes you might need till 3 o'clock in the afternoon to sober your ass up so you can walk straight. But
shit, I need a couple days.
Yeah, anymore I do too.
I'm like, fuck. Hangovers aren't what they used to be.
But no, in TR, I completely agree with you with the drug use stuff. I agree with you, but there's a line. I mean, there's a line as far as, I don't care if you do drugs. However, what the problem that we run into is you have the individuals that are on heroin, cocaine, meth, that type of shit. And they have children in their house and they can't take care of them, and it kind of goes, you know,
Hey, Blue, where you going with that? I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I don't think
I
anybody
don't have
has
a
an
problem with people doing drugs. I don't do drugs, but if you want to do drugs, that's fine. But as soon as you start infringing or harming other people,
Yeah,
well, then you've committed a crime and you should be
Correct.
fucking arrested.
that's
Mhm.
it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you're a
Period.
single person living on the street, living in your own house, doing whatever, and you want to go visit your local dealer and take your drugs home and fucking do it and be spent out of your mind for the next 5 days, have fun. You ain't hurting a goddamn person but yourself. But once you cross that line, and I mean, man, I've seen it where Christ, we get called to houses where a 3-year-old only knows about 911 because of their,
Wow.
you know, their preschools, and mommy won't wake up. Mommy won't wake up. And you get there and you know, mom's been out for hours because the kid's diapers like overflowing, that type of shit. I'll tell you,
Tough.
it
I know it's tough on you.
Well,
irritates
that's
me.
child endangerment, and they should be took to jail, and the child should be took away from them, and all that.
To me, all this stuff points back to why certain people, why people prep. Smart people prep. It's like Blue said, you want to be one of the survivors that genetically moves forward, or you want to be plowed under with the masses? Because doesn't it seem to you guys that the fall is going to be very hard from having great blue ribbon medical service and stuff to a point where stuff will be so friggin' rationalized? It's going to be incredible. I mean, there's going to be so much want and deprivation for stuff like medicine and other services because the true money is going to be so rare and so not flowing in this country. It's going to be a real hard fall in a lot of different ways, and I think it's just one of the reasons that preppers psychologically prep, because they may not know the reasons for things, but they feel it in their bones that things just can't go on the way that they're going, and the bills got to be paid. And when it comes time to pay it, it's going to be ugly as hell when things are cut off, and it's going to just be a catastrophic drop in healthcare for the majority of people in this nation. It's going to be bad.
You prep for what you don't know. You don't prep for what you know.
Yeah.
Unless you know it all. None of us do that. But I've been here. I've just been having to respond to some texts from guys that are coming to the farm and stuff. So I turned the video off, but I've been here and listening. Everything y'all have been talking about, I've pretty much agreed with, but it's one of those areas of subject matter that I don't know much about, and a lot of us don't really know the answer to the whole quagmire, if you will. So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, we all want to live. Compassion is a human nature. If you see someone old and they're dying and you want them to live forever, I mean, especially if it's someone that belongs to you, I mean, your emotions get involved. It's a tough area. So politics can wrap your ass up in that, and it's very tough. So
quality of life and even keeping somebody alive, and what's the victory? Quality of life or just being kept alive? I mean, all that stuff costs real money at the end, real big money.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can only speak for myself. If I can see my kids doing what they're going to be doing in their future and happy, you can drive me off a cliff. I'm good. I think when you have children, that's all you live for, is to see them go on to their life, and then you don't really give a shit about. I mean, I've done everything you can do in life as far as I'm concerned, so I'm good. But I do think about it, like, what if this, what if that, and I'd never expect anyone to take care of me. I'll just say that, government or anybody.
Hell, I can be on the VA, but I don't, just because at this point in my life, I just don't think I need it, you know, and I'm not going to suck on the government tit, you know. It's like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know, in my mind, you earn the right to have that. You know, it's not like a gift. It's like you earn that. And I'm glad it'll always be there in theory for you, should you ever choose to have it, because there's a difference between earning it and just feeling like you deserve it because you exist.
Yeah, I see where, yeah, and yeah, I kind of agree with that. But to be on it, I had to go in on a regular basis. You know, you just don't get a card and you're on the list. You have to, from what I understand, I don't know because I'm not on it. But from what I understand, you have to go in every 6 months and blah, blah, blah. So it's costing the taxpayers money, and I don't need it. You know, when I need it, I may do it. But right now, I don't need it.
Yeah, and it's a horrible place to need your care from, honestly. I know they're going to possibly work on that, but given what Trump said, but I got family members. I've seen it all. I got some of my best friends that have been left hanging. It ain't where you want to get your help from if you're hurting. I'm telling you, if you have other options, I don't give a shit if you have a right to be there or not. You don't want to be there.
Well, they've done actually the last 3 years. You know, the VA has gotten better. Their load is under better control. And I remember, TR, we started this chat almost 2 years ago. That was one of our first topics, was how bad the VA system was. And I'm kind of happy you hear less complaints about the VA now, maybe because the people that needed help died now because they could never get it. So it's back to a normalized flow of people. But they deserve the best, in my view. You know, they should be first and foremost on the receiving top of the line medical care, and not at the end of the bus.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, there shouldn't be not one veteran held, one veteran period, in need of anything, and we're helping illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me insensitive. Fuck you. I don't care. You know, there's no way in hell we should be helping immigrants over veterans.
Yeah. Well, that's how screwed up we allow things to get here with our great society, quote unquote, that you don't need to follow certain laws, just ones that you feel like following, and ignore the other ones.
They was okay, when Trump first done his, I know I talked about this before, but maybe there's some people out there that hadn't heard about it. Okay, here, South Carolina, local story. There was this girl that had went to Clemson University. I don't know if she was finished yet. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She was from Iran. She went home to visit her family. When Trump first done his travel suspension, it really wasn't a ban, it was a suspension. She got stuck in Iran. She couldn't come home. And there was a big outpouring of people trying to get her back and blah, blah, blah. Turns out, since she had I can't remember now, a class 2 visa, class 4 visa, or some shit like that, our fucking government paid for her entire college education at Clemson University because she was an immigrant and had this class 2, class 4, whatever fucking visa it was, paid for her college education entirely. And it's like, how in the fuck are we, how does that happen? Why is my taxpayer dollars going to pay for an immigrant for a full fucking scholarship when we got kids here that can't go to fucking college? I'm sorry, call me an asshole. That shit ain't right. That's fucked up. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Kiss my ass.
That's probably part of our stupid hearts and minds campaigns of liberalism to be nice to people and buy their friendship and loyalty, seeding society with people that may actually like the United States. What a stupid concept to have.
That makes no sense. Do you know why so many foreigners own hotels and restaurants and stuff like that? It's because they get government fucking grants, free grants.
Then they move their family into the fucking hotel.
We'll give you a grant to open a business. I can't get that grant, but if you migrate from another country, you can get a government grant to start a fucking gas station. You can start a fucking hotel. That's why all these foreigners own these fucking hotels and businesses and restaurants.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, that's why when you go to fucking get a hotel room, there's an Indian behind the counter because he got a fucking grant.
Hey, Pops, how many grants and how much federal funding did you get to start your company?
You know how you talk about them power rings?
Mm-hmm.
They're shaped like a big zero, right?
Yep.
Hell, I actually asked for money from a few of my. What I did was when I thought I needed money, I went to the most respected elder in my family, which was my grandfather. He was an amazing man, and I knew he had some money. And I asked him to help me out a little bit, and he said, "Nope, I ain't gonna help you." And I was like, well, shit. And I proved to him that, this is the reason I was going to get into this business. And this was back before I even got into this game. And only time I ever asked for money, once I got shut down that one time, I said, fuck it, I'll do it on my own. And he is the reason that I did it the way I did it. I got nothing but
Yeah, you got 100% pride in yourself, Pop. 100% your own.
I gotta thank him for everything, really, and I thank him for everything, and he did nothing. How about that? Isn't that pretty cool?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to feel good, though. It's got to feel good doing it the hard way.
Well, it's got to feel good now, but Christ, I can only imagine starting out because, literally, you're putting your whole life on the line, your house, your probably everything on the line.
Yeah, the first house I built with my bare hands, and I gave it to my ex-wife, and I walked out of that one. I got a dog and a 357 Magnum out of that deal, and then I moved on. But I slept on my shop floor for a while. To be honest with you, I never told anybody that, but there was a transition period there where I just I had a shop dog and me, and we lived in the shop for a little bit, but things came around pretty quick, so I'm not going to complain.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah, I know.
On a shop floor, cold with my dog.
Sawdust, a shop dog, and a
oh, that's a good story, man.
Those are times I wouldn't trade for anything, to be honest with you. But I lost my best friend in those times. We were racing motorcycles and riding motorcycles, and life was living large, and we were doing crazy shit, and so things were going good, and things went real bad, and things turned around, and it's a lot of shit going on when you're young and you're doing a lot of stuff. But
it's kind of scary when you look back and say, wow, I really had a lot of guts to do that. I wouldn't do that today, but I must have been out of my mind, but it paid off.
How am I still alive?
Yeah.
What was the dog's name, Rob?
Brahmi. Old Brahmi. Old Brahmi. Old Brahmi was given to me by this guy who moved down south, and he was from the New England area, and he had 2 dogs, and I got to know him because he kept showing up at my place asking me to advertise. I'm like, I'm not gonna advertise, but the furniture store where I was renting from, he did a lot of business, and he came to me one day. He's like, I got these 2 dogs, and one of them's a pedigree and one of them's a pound dog, and I'm either gonna find someone to take this pound dog or I'm gonna put it down. I said, well, bring me that dog, and it was the rattiest looking son of a bitch you've ever seen, but he was half Doberman and half Rottweiler, and when I got him in that shop, he was allergic to something in that guy's house. When I got him in that cabinet shop and he started living amongst all that sawdust, he grew the most beautiful coat, and he had these beautiful little brown things over his eyeballs, and he was a very talented dog. You could throw something at him at 20 miles. I bet he could catch a gun bullet. He was that fast. You could throw a treat at him, and he would launch his head one way or another and catch it. He was an incredibly talented dog, and he would do everything. He would sit, he would, shake, everything. He was a great dog, and he's buried in my backyard right here. I mean, literally, he lived that long, and I kept him, and we finally moved in this house, and he finally passed away. But what an amazing dog. And I had another dog that used to go to work with me every day and sleep under my desk when I got a real office. She lived to be 18 years old, and she's buried in this backyard too. But anyway, we can get off that subject. But what's funny about YouTube is y'all only know the last 4 or 5 years of my life. But there was some times where I could have put up some viral videos about 25 years ago. Holy shit!
Yeah, you came into it too late.
Isn't that funny? Like 20 years from now, people's going to be like, YouTube, what was YouTube?
Yeah, no shit. It'd be like an 8-track.
Yeah, I mean, back when we were doing crazy shit, there was no such thing as video, period, on the internet.
No.
I mean, there wasn't. It took you 15 minutes to download a damn pornographic picture.
Yeah, about 50 minutes to get one song.
Put it on his shoulder. Remember that fucking
thing would come line by line, TR, huh?
Yeah, I remember the days. Oh, I think it's a move.
TR, you watched cable or something like whenever like it was scrambled. If you didn't buy the channel, it scrambled it, but yeah, you could still kind of see the picture. If you squint it just right.
Yeah, they had assholes trying to build descramblers and stuff.
I bought the my buddies used to make the cable TV things you could buy that you just plug them in and they got all the channels. You never pay for nothing. That was about 3 years, man. He sold them for $100 a piece. You buy the little chip and put it in there. I got cable for free for like 3 years.
Man.
That was long enough now that the statute of limitations is over, right?
Well,
yeah, you can admit it now.
Yeah. DirecTV hacking that shit. Hell, I had the card readers. I done it all on that. But like you said, hell, that was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, I had the what do they call them, test cards. The employees would have them to test the units. I had all them test cards.
Those were good, but they only lasted like a month, and then fucking you'd have to get a new program. Yeah,
you had to have somebody in your back pocket, which I always did.
I got this.
That's why you had to buy the reader, the card reader programmer, and hell, I did my own.
Now you guys need this Stream Smart thing. Shit, I can watch movies while they're still in the freaking movie theaters.
Yeah, I got a Kodi on my computer.
How much you pay for that, Rick?
I think it was $2 something.
Okay.
Last time we were out at the farm for a big family thing, everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna miss this football game." I don't even remember which one it was. It might have been the Carolina game or whatnot. But so my wife went online and looked at this thing called Sling TV, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had like a 2-week trial. And it's like, shit, we'll get the 2-week trial, And we took our big ass, or was that for Fallmageddon? Roger, was that when you was out there, or went out there with the zip line?
Nah, I don't remember us watching the football game.
Okay, that must have been New Year's or something other. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere. She had her phone in a hotspot, and freaking TV was playing the football game. I mean, y'all know where it is. It's the middle of nowhere. I mean, we had no signal whatsoever. I mean, technology is crazy.
And speaking of the technology, I mean, I know that we talked a little bit about this before we went live with the WikiLeaks and all that other shit. But I'm sorry, but if you're dumb enough to think that you can own a smart TV that can see you and hear you, you have a little tiny device in your kitchen that you're like, hey, Alexa, or whatever the hell, hey, Google, look this up. And you've got a cell phone in your pocket and you've got a computer, a laptop sitting in front of you, that you think that the government, for whatever reason, can't tap into that shit. Yeah, you need to go back to school or something. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, wake the hell up.
Yeah, if the capability is out there for people to do stupid shit, they're gonna do it, even though the government isn't allowed to do it. It happens. And Christ, I mean, even like for whatever reason, if I worked in an area where Rick lived, and we suspected Rick of being, I don't know, I'll say drug dealer. I don't want to say a child porn thing. Child porn, that's the lowest of the lowest. We'll go drug dealer.
I'll take that.
I could get a warrant to tap into anything Rick has. GPS on his phone, so I know where he's going at all points and times. I could tap into if he's got a smart TV and you know how to write the warrant right. Most of the time, it's a lot like he had to be a kingpin, but you know you could tap into their smartphones, their TVs, anything that would work basically as a bug in the house. And if you guys don't think this shit isn't happening secretly.
No, I think when that's one of the agreements you sign, when you sign up for your cell service or whatever, it says, you know, or you get any kind of app, it says you agree your camera, everything is, you know, your messages, everything, we have access to that. And then that makes it very easy if the government wants to drop a warrant. Well, we already got the, you know, already got blanket use of all of that stuff. Yeah, it makes it incredibly easy. My thing was, I thought it was kind of crazy that it was Samsung TVs that were the ones that, as opposed to Sony Vizios, it was the Samsungs that were the ones that could spy on people, which I thought was pretty wild.
You want to know what's even crazier? This wasn't my case, and this was like from a bigger department in our area. A guy killed another person, and this has been years ago, and you can look this up on the interweb. It'll pop up. But they got the search warrant for the guy's iPhone. And what is it, Siri for iPhone?
Yeah,
I think it's Siri. But like 3 days before the murder, he's like, "Okay, Siri, where's a good place to hide a body? Okay, Siri, what do I need to conceal the odor? Okay, Siri, what do I need for this? What do I need for this? What do I need for this?" They got a fucking search warrant for his phone with all the records, and it has him asking all these questions. It shows his GPS location on where he's at, and it also shows, because the little light on your phone, like the you can turn your phone into a flashlight. It showed how many times when he was at the Barry site that he turned the flashlight on, and for how long it was on. I mean, because that app, you have to give it permission to do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, once you have a smartphone,
it's all stuff that you've allowed to. It's all stuff you've granted permission and access to. All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you actually, I don't want to say read the fine print, but a lot of the applications, they say they want connection to your camera and or photos, and they make it sound like, well, if you're going to upload photos to Facebook, then we need permission to get into your gallery. That's a fucking permission to activate your camera at
everything. Yeah.
They can
also try to get some of those dummies. Some of those dummies would be terrorists and stuff, just in there Googling how to build a pipe bomb or how to do this and do that. It's pretty easy once they start getting into those guys' warrants and opening that shit up in their searches. Everybody leaves a trail behind them.
Well, you know, us YouTubers, we're very private people, and we don't like people to know anything about us.
That was probably my biggest obstacle of doing YouTube, was putting myself out there and kind of, it's not like I give out my address and GPS coordinates every time I do a damn video, but
if you know, Roger lives at 2937 Old State Route 975 in
Old Chicken Choker Road.
72, the Big Cock Highway. Yeah.
Big Cock Highway.
Awesome Cock. Have you not seen my Awesome Cock video?
Yeah, that's my awesome cock.
If you want TR's cell phone number, it's 873-229-4563.
I thought it was 8675309.
Oh, wait.
No, that's my number.
Yeah, that was Rick.
555
999. Never mind.
Yeah, it's an old joke, Big Johnson. Yeah, about TR put up a video a couple years ago. He's showing his cock there.
Yeah, I mean the thumbnail pic is of a rooster, so I mean I'm trying to be funny about it, but I mean it is South Carolina. Our state capital, our state university is the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Fighting cocks.
Hey, who out in the external does some work? I need a guy with a mohawk for TR logo, with a mustache, goatee, and a mohawk. Something simple, and then like TRprepper on it. Who's the computer genius that can build TR a badass logo?
Yeah, I need the logo, don't I? I ain't figured out how to do one yet.
I'll tell you how to do it. Just put your picture in Video Maker and then go to all those little things where it distorts your image. Have something cool behind you, and then click all that shit until you come up with something cool, and just save it as a screenshot. That's it. You're done.
Oh, Pops, didn't for the cups and stuff, don't you have a guy that makes stickers that if they like had an image of TR and like a couple clocks in the background that
Oh yeah. No, she could hook you up big time. That's Eric C on YouTube. That's his wife. She's does graphics, design, stickers, T-shirts, all that shit. I mean,
actually that'd be pretty badass. TR with a fucking AR, or not an AR. TR would have to have his cross draw holsters on, so it'd be like
South Carolina rocks the cock. That's right.
Yeah, and he's got to have one gun in his hand, and then maybe holding a chicken like this, or a rooster.
Yeah, you should have a contest, TR, for your channel to.
I'm gonna get him a front sight that looks like a fucking thing off the top of a rooster.
There you go. Rooster comb right on. That's it, Pop. It's exciting, perfect in the rooster comb.
In the middle of the night, I'm gonna glue that shit on his Glock.
I know somebody's got the skills available to make his ass a cool one.
That rooster comb, Pop, sight right between the second and third part of the little rooster's comb there. That's it.
My front side will be laid over.
You have to shoot like this.
And I'll get him some fucking spurs to put on the bottom of the damn thing.
his rooster's been in captivity too long. It's laid over instead of straight up.
Yeah, what a kick-ass contest that would be, TR.
You should have a contest. You could probably come up with a badass logo. I need to do the same thing.
When I hit 5,000 subs, I may do that.
There we go.
You're gonna have to hit 5,000 subs to finally get a logo.
Yeah.
Holy
I did a damn giveaway.
shit! If I had to wait till I got 5,000 subs, I'd never have a friggin' logo.
Yeah, me either.
Logos are overrated.
Yeah, Google took away.
Well, see, that's the point. I'm at 4,100 and I don't even have a fucking logo.
Yeah, Rick.
Bob says logos are overrated. Look at that
I
logo.
bought my logo. You can't actually hold that. I have copyright on that. You need to put that down immediately.
He just owes you a quarter.
Every time you put that on a video, you owe me half your AdSense.
Oh, okay. Get the penny shears out so I can cut the penny in there.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I was gonna say I know it ain't much, but it'll buy some ammo. I'll take it.
You already took all the ammo.
I own most of the ammo on the planet. Yep, I do. That's for sure. I'm trying to corner the market.
It's a lot of sixes there, Big Johnson.
He's like on you, man. Man, he's got a thing for you. What's up with Big Johnson? Big Johnson's a big boy, man. If he likes you, you better watch out.
I don't think it's like that, Rob.
I don't know, man. Only steers and queers come from Texas. I don't see no horns.
Your buddy Hard Target. He says, so you're making a 30 or the Stoker like Rob's, aren't they the same price?
Yeah, what was yours when you bought it?
It's a 3,000. Oh, price wise?
Yeah.
It was $415, I think.
Oh, okay, that's a lot cheaper. Yeah, this was $590, which to me anything you just go buy and pick up and use. I mean, I've seen what you were doing with the magwell, and I've seen guys when they talk about strong lowering this side.
Put that sideways so I can see the loading port real quick.
Yeah, no, I mean I've already done it, but
no, see, that's not even done. Oh, a little bit, I guess.
Oh, no, it's better than you think. You'll see. But it has the little drop right there. Like, I mean, it's really, honestly, if you see me do it, I mean, you never, your thumb rides straight over the top. There's no insertion, if you know what I mean. I'm happy with it. I guess it depends. I mean, what they came out with that one like what, a year ago maybe, or so, something like that. I guess a high demand.
And just if anybody's, let me interrupt for a minute, just in case some of the people that may be watching this that go to Farmageddon, the competition between Rick and Rob, that has nothing to do with Farmageddon, unless y'all are doing some shit that I don't know about. Y'all introducing some extra stuff I don't know. That's them two just having a friendly banter between themselves. You don't need to load 10 rounds in your shotgun to be at Farmageddon.
I heard Rick's a real ass kicker on the course.
I don't even try to compete with Rick on the shotgun. That son of a bitch can nail anything. Look, there's a gnat on that branch. Bam! You know.
Yeah, he was. I've been trying to work on that, but yeah, if you were hitting something, he'd wait till it was about the little chip that was left off of it. He'd wait till it was about 6 inches off the ground and turn it into orange dust.
Show off.
Boom.
Yeah, he got that shit down pat. But I'm gonna alter all that stuff to where it's totally in my favor. So,
hey Rob, just so you know, when you're shooting trap and it's coming right out of the machine straight as fuck, that's not shooting trap.
Yeah, well, it's, what do you call it? Shooting clays, skeet, what?
And also on a serious note for that, Rob, I don't have a skeet shotgun, so what ammo do I need to bring to use somebody's shotgun?
50 cal, 50 BMG.
I call it cheating.
No, I said shotgun.
Yeah, 100 rounds of 50 BMG will be fine. That's fine.
It'll be an even trade.
No, you don't got to bring no ammo, dude. I got a fucking. I bet I have. I ain't gonna say. I got enough fucking shotgun ammo. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Cool. I'm not bringing anything.
And we have. No, you better bring all that ammo. I'm counting on that. And then I got between everybody, there'll be 7 or 8 shotguns to choose from. So it's all good.
Guido wants to see this thing.
What do you guys usually use? Is it 12?
What you got there, Rick? Rick, what do you got?
It's just shot, just a target load.
But for a 12 or a 20?
12. Well, I'll have a 20 gauge there too, but.
All right, I'll pick up some target shot just because.
All right.
Get some 7.5s.
Get some of that Rio shit. That looks pretty good.
This is an Infinity, Rosie.
Nice.
Guido wanted me to show it off.
I want to make sure to bring that Armageddon, even though I don't really want to shoot a 40 Smith & Wesson. I've never shot one before in my life. I want to shoot that one just for the hell of it.
Hell yeah, you do.
I definitely want to shoot that thing. That overpriced.
I couldn't see what Rick was holding up.
Check this shit out. Look at this reset.
All his stuff's small, so.
That was a reset.
What was that, 16 shot?
This is 20.
Okay.
2040.
I just can't really see it too clearly on that. Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah, let me go ahead. Show it off, Rick.
Is that a 22 LR? Look at that gash.
I knew a girl like that one time.
Look at the serial number. Look at that serial number.
Went right over the head there, TR.
Oh, this is the best. if you guys would watch my videos, look at that sight tracker. See, that's on the barrel. This is the Ferrari of the Ferraris right here.
Oh yeah, oh, I've seen it. Yeah, that's a slick fucking pistol. There ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking piece.
Yeah, you get used to that, you'll throw that Glock in the cabinet and it'll never come out.
I'm gonna sell my guns at Farmageddon.
Who in the hellfire is a 10 gauge? That's my question, Linda. Holy hell. Might as well take a howitzer.
Got a lot of money.
Take a howitzer out there.
Not to get too much off topic, but Rick and Rob, both of you, what's your skill level, or how often have you ever shot a 410?
I haven't shot a 410 in 20-something years, probably.
I got a little single shot 410 that I bought for my girls. But I hit a few clays with it just to show them you could do it, and then that was it.
I think that's the chat. I'll bring down my Mossberg 410 pump, which is I've got a riot shotgun and I got that 410. I'll bring that son of a bitch down with some ammo, and that would, if there's a tiebreaker to be had, that's what you guys will have to that's what you'll have to use as a tiebreaker.
All right, okay, but let me
There
just
won't be a
explain something
tiebreaker.
to you. This is not called lame-mageddon. This is called Farmageddon. We shoot big shit, so if you want a tiebreaker, just bring like a 10 gauge or a bazooka or
And a bottle of wine.
fucking grenades or some tannerite or
Hey, keep the 410 at home. Save about $100 on fucking ammo because those are expensive.
Yeah, well, which I don't understand because nobody uses them. But
Yeah, Linda says, I knew a guy who hunted geese with a 10 gauge. Was there anything left with the geese?
No, the tiebreaker will be Ritz crackers will throw instead of clay pigeons.
well, I'm not even
I'm not
gonna
with
pretend I can beat you shooting shit out of the sky. I already know that's not a reality. So you can leave the
Come on.
410 at the house.
You were blasting those things left and right on that video I saw.
Yeah, not across the sky like that. But I think the shotgun, what we'll do for the 3-gun, what we're gonna call the big course, we'll just shoot shotguns at the Texas Star and the Dueling Tree and all that shit, and then so it'll make for a reload and all that. And anybody who wants to do it can do it. You can have my chest rig. You can use Rick's little gay back pouch there that he puts on, or
That's my junk pouch.
whatever you want to do, and we'll just leave it there for everyone to use. So
Yeah. I want people to try that stuff out and get into it and want to shoot it.
yeah, I agree. The more people you can get to try it, I think the more people enjoy it.
It's just a straight up fun ass sport. And when you can get guys together just to do it, it makes it even that much better.
I might end up doing a once a month thing if we get a nice course set up. You never know. I mean,
Hell yeah.
now, Rick, I've got to ask, with your shotgun shooting, do you do those courses to where like they throw the clay bird across and like there is like the grid set up, and if you shoot it in one spot, it's worth 50. If you shoot in another, it's worth 10. You know what I'm
No, I've
talking
never
about?
done that.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. No,
and most 3-guns, they don't shoot clays, do they, Rick? It's
no,
usually,
they do. Usually there's boxes of them on the ground, and you have it's basically like, that's what I was telling you the other day. It's basically like 1-inch angle iron, and then it has a piece of rebar on it. Or sometimes it's rebar.
Yeah, I've got something set up for that where we can stake them in the ground and all that too.
And that's usually what you got to do, and then you'll have a popper that'll fall, and then it'll shoot a bird up in the air. So sometimes
all that shit, but I'm talking about like clays going like we're doing.
No, they're usually thrown by the popper that falls. It hits us. It trips the. You know what a popper is?
Yeah.
The little
Okay.
steel thing that'll fall and activate just a regular. It's a strap.
Right.
Yeah,
So we'll have
it always
It's
goes,
kind of
it
like
always
in a
goes
saddle.
the same way.
And it has like a piece of rope or flat webbing, and then when that hits it, it just throws it up in the air like 20 feet.
yeah. So we'll have our own version of all that shit, but it'll be fine.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
It'll be fun.
6 more months.
6 more months till Christmas.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's going to be hotter than hell down south.
Not
I'm gonna
the winter.
unfuck that place with bugs too. I got all kinds of bug killing shit. I'm gonna spray about a week before. I'm gonna make that place a like napalm landmine. So
It'll be exciting to see. Take lots of video.
I was wondering about that, Rosie.
There you go. Okay, just so you guys know, I'd like you to be in the know. So
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is?
that comment I just put up, that's an answer you never expect.
there you go. Yeah.
The people in the external are like, what the fuck? And we're not telling you.
If you want to know, you have to go watch Rosie's videos. She explains it all in her
It's
video.
already out there.
Watch her channel.
well, I'll
Anyway, I
be
can't wait
dipped in
to see
dog
a
shit.
lot of
All right.
videos.
There you
Make
go.
sure
Yeah.
you get a lot of videos from Farmageddon on all your channels.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I
will.
got to where last year I just set a camera down and walked away because I didn't have time to
There you
sit
go.
there and deal with it. But I got a lot of good footage that way. So I encourage anybody to put up a tripod, just leave it set, whatever. I bought a shitload of memory cards too and batteries. So
And then if you show up too late, like you're too busy having fun shooting, and then you try to like video record Rob when he's already like timed out, he'll like fucking yell at you. Like, it was dark and I had this fucking light on my camera and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So get
Yeah,
that
make
shit out of my
make
face.
sure it's a video of the drinking, the nighttime too, the drinking.
I'm like, what a dick.
oh well, yeah. If you want to see what it's like, just go back to TRprepper's channel and watch
Oh, I
the.
saw it. I saw him. I saw
Yeah,
him.
that's it. You got it.
That fireworks video. Oh, I still crack up. Every once in a while, I'll go back and just watch it again. It's like,
I do
holy
too.
shit, that was funny. And when you said the Taliban moved in next door, I almost fell down. I was laughing so hard.
It was a half redneck, half Taliban splinter cell. I was like, well, the whole thing made me about fall over, but
That was the whiskey.
That was a fun time. That was a fucking awesome night.
yeah, and there was only 4 of us left there, I think. But
I think the Taliban moved next door.
I got a bunch of big shit to blow up this year too. I got 60 pounds of tannerite and at least 30 or 40 of them fireworks. So we're good.
Hey Rob, let's fuck one of these. Well, they're over there. One of those dummies up. Let's
Tannerite.
blow Bob up. See how high we can get him. In
Yeah,
the air.
but those are kind of pricey, man. I don't want to blow them things up.
I don't think it'll do anything to it.
Yeah, how
I
much
can
is
make
60
it. I can
pounds?
make it blow up.
How much does 60 pounds of tannerite cost?
I say we try it. Fuck it.
It'd be expensive.
Nothing like seeing a dummy flying in the air about 150 feet up.
Hell,
Well,
5 or 8 pounds. We felt it 100 yards away, a concussion in our chest. I don't know how much we would want to fucking blow up at one time.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't mean I'm not gonna blow it all up at one time. I mean that's how much I have to play with. But yeah, them 5 pounds, man, it blew pumpkin almost to where we were shooting from, and that was 100 yards away.
TR, did you see the video where I fucking filled up tannerite in a fucking gallon milk jug and put it in a fucking dryer? Don't do that.
Yeah. I remember that video because there was a piece of shrapnel, like you re-showed it, went flying by y'all's ass.
And we were
Y'all
right
were
away. It's not like we were close shooting. It's not like we were that dumbass, that guy that has that fake Russian accent that's shooting the car, and it fucking
FPS
blows
Russia.
past him.
Hey, you're not any fucking smarter than that guy. What are you talking
Fuck
about?
that! I was on top of a hill with
It
a
don't
knife.
matter. You're not
But
that smart.
Only my head was exposed. Only
No,
my
you're
head.
fucking. You're like the guy with the fucking lawnmower. You guys, how close can we get? How much fucking shit can I blow up?
Oh, we were a ways away. We were about 150 yards away up over a hill with
Did the shrapnel pass you?
Yes,
Exactly.
but it was only one piece.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
Yeah, that was.
He played dodge the damn shrapnel.
Yeah, it was a big change.
That's why you really don't want to try to blow up shit when you shooting tannerite. Just shoot it and just see it blow up. Because I know Country Boy Prepper up a damn big screen TV. This was several years ago, and they were like 100 yards away, and they were fucking shit flying by them. Nobody got hit, but they were like, holy shit, you know, because they had pieces of plastic just, you know, zipping by their head, you know, they're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Hey, listen, there's a comment out in the chat. Smoking Locust said if tannerite, something about tannerite getting outlawed. Don't worry about tannerite getting outlawed. All tannerite is ammonium nitrate pearls, like the farmers use, which you can buy, and fine aluminum dust, which you can buy from separately. You buy them separately from two different companies. I'll buy 100 pounds of ammonium nitrate from one company, and I'll buy aluminum powder from another company. And that way, I mean, I'm sure somebody could put it together, but I'm not blowing up fucking buildings. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having fun with it. So if
You're not
tannerite of itself may be outlawed, selling it together, but you could always put it together yourself. And as long as you don't, travel with it already put together, it's not explosive. So the way I've been told is you have your ammonium nitrate and you have your aluminum powder. You keep them separate. You mix them up right before you blow it up, and there goes the evidence right into the air. So you should be fine.
Okay. Parlos said, TR, your logo's done.
Yeah, he sent me a photo I seen there.
Oh, the Pargo, yeah. He just sent me some shit. Oh, nice. That's fucking badass.
Post it on up if you can.
Like pussy. Look at that shit. That's fucking awesome.
TR, click on him. There it is. Click on him.
That's great, Parlos.
Check 1, 2, check.
That's funny.
That's great.
That's way better than what you got right now.
You upgraded right there. Yeah.
He seen my political post video.
I like puzzle. That's freaking badass.
HR Weapons Machinist said the retail ammonium nitrate is urea, which I'm not sure what that's all about. I know I went online and I was able to buy actual the pearl ammonium nitrate. So I don't know if they've already outlawed that. I know on the first Farmageddon when we had it at that big farm, you remember that guy Roger telling us where he had 400 pounds of that shit, and all you had to do was bring the aluminum powder. So I don't know if farmers can still buy that or not. I would imagine they can, but
I'm surprised you wouldn't.
That's the thing. It's
registered to buy it.
It's not a weird freaking chemical that you can't get a hold of. I mean, that's why it'll be hard to regulate it, because hell, you can go to a drugstore and buy a cold pack, rip it open, and take out the little balls that's in there, make your own aluminum powder with a blender with aluminum foil, and you make your own tannerite like that. I mean, it's a common freaking thing. It's out there. It's not we're not talking about C4 here, people. This is stuff that it's a binary explosive,
but that's a real expensive way to do it. If you want to make it, I'm
just saying.
No, I know. Just in case anybody out there gets the idea, don't buy it that way, because that's really expensive way to buy it. But you can, yeah. I've seen videos on that. It's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, Router said ammonium nitrate is illegal in Tennessee.
Huh.
I would think it's pretty regulated now after
California. It's illegal too.
Yeah, after Oklahoma City, I think they'd be pretty tight on that.
I know everything's illegal in California.
Common sense is fucking illegal in California.
I'll stop you when you're lying. That was pretty badass of Parlous to make that freaking.
Yeah, that was fast too. I mean, he cranked that out in like
Oh shit! I told him to make me one now.
But the thing is, TR, I mean, if you were to literally do a contest, like you announce it, I'm looking for a logo. I need someone to make me a logo, and the winner will get a 1 ounce silver round of silver. You know, what is that? $20, $18. And then you choose it just based on what you like. I'm sure you would probably get hundreds of people sending you stuff.
Probably so.
I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be. I wouldn't do it because I can't draw worth shit. But I think that'd be awesome. I
do have a pretty good response to my. Squeeze it harder, Rick.
On both sides.
This is what Rob's wife does to him at night.
I just want to say my girl's out there, Sonia.
there you go.
She's coming to visit me this weekend.
You don't know my wife.
There's the new logo, Pops.
Yeah, you don't know my wife.
I don't know what Nicole's talking about. Vault 7. I have no idea what Vault 7 is.
Vault 7.
And I'm going to try my best to get her on camera. She's very camera shy, but eventually I will get her on camera.
That's great.
Are you talking about Tennessee?
Yeah, Sonia, she's out there in the audience.
Oh, hello, Sonia. Hello, welcome.
Frankly, Watson.
Yeah, but even that lame little giveaway I did, I had my little scratch sheet. That's how many VRs I had. That's not write-ins. That was all VRs.
You mean that's not right?
I really think, TR, if you were like the next day that you have off or whatever, to do a video. Hey guys, I've been on YouTube for this many years. We got this many subscribers. I am looking for somebody to make me a logo. I will choose this based on what I like. I don't care who you are. I mean, if I like you and you do something suck ass, I'm not going to pick it. And whoever wins gets a silver round. I mean, I you know, there's got to be a transaction because technically the person owns it. Whatever they
That's
draw
just a
up.
good way to piss off like 30 other hardworking people. That's all.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'd do that. I'd do that in a second.
Well, you need to change yours blue. So let's see a video tomorrow on that shit.
I like that.
I want to see a bald head, right? You got a bald head.
Blue head.
And a blue bald head with a sheriff's badge or police badge or whatever the fuck it is.
With glasses.
And a pistol with the magazine falling out of it.
What the fuck? Do I look like fucking Barney Fife?
No. He doesn't get a magazine. He had a revolver.
He's a lot skinnier too.
I've been in contests where the actual YouTuber that put on the contest actually picked a winner. You know, it wasn't drawn out of a hat. That's how I won my Mosin the Gaunt. I got chose.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're choosing your logo for your channel. So
Sonia does logos.
Sonia does logos for a living. There you go.
Oh, she just said hell no. Oh, there you go. Oh, you can win, all right.
I think she already won. You know what I'm saying?
She already won.
$20.
Here's the next contestant on the.
Let me look up.
Remember who's cleaning up his house.
Yeah, Blue. You gotta do like a cartoon bald guy with a beard, right?
Oh, the beard's only seasonal. That's going to be gone.
And then
how about just take the logo of Cartman when he's a cop? Respect my authority. Just dude, that's it. Done.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
Big silver glasses. That's it.
That'd be awesome.
Didn't cost you a dime. You can send me the money.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
That was a great episode.
You know what, though? We might have a better logo for you after Farmageddon.
I got me boxed in like a turtle's pecker.
I think Parlosk is already on the job right now. So
Wasn't that Seinfeld with the shrinkage?
yeah.
That was the greatest episode. I don't get, man, I still every now and again it's like, it was shrinkage. It was like a frightened turtle.
Yeah.
The funniest part was when Kramer walked in, and because it was the ugliest baby in the world or whatever, and he about fell on his ass when he looked in the crib.
We had a guy that worked with us. I swear to God, we called him Kramer because it didn't matter what door he opened. If it was the door to the office, the door to the garage, the door to whatever, he fucking hit it like a ton of fucking bricks, and the fucking door went flying open, and he stumbled in every time. It was like, Kramer, what the fuck? He doesn't work for us anymore, but still, I mean, it was, man,
Yeah.
I wish we would have had security cameras at that point in time. I could have made a lot of money.
Yeah, you could have.
I keep
You could have a lot of viral videos, Blue.
Yeah, I keep fucking up saying what Sonia does for a living, but she is a graphic designer. So yeah, she probably could come up with a logo for me.
Yeah, she'll like to see the logo that you got.
Oh, yeah, but you can't choose her just because of, you know.
I'll give her a different prize.
There you go. There you go.
Do tell.
We're all see how nice we are, TTR. We're leaving alone. We're not even going. We're not even on full attack mode. Like, oh, you're gonna give her life juice. You're gonna give her this. You're gonna.
Smokey said Blue looks like Bull from Night Court. That was Richard Mull, wasn't it?
Oh hell yes. Criminal Court Part 2 is now in session. The Honorable Harold T. Stone presiding. That was a great show.
The injustice will begin.
Because actually, I've wanted to say that, and before I retire, I will, because in the county I work for, we have what's called Central Court, which anybody that's charged with a misdemeanor and or above, they have to arrive at court. And there's so many police departments that show up in the morning, which is Criminal Court Part 1. And then the police department I'm with, we're in the afternoon, so we're Criminal Court Part 2. And I want to stand there and just stand there like criminal, or, you know, I'd have to watch it again, but it's like, you know, all rise, Criminal Court Part 2 is now in session. The Honorable Harold T. Stone is now presiding, and just fucking just let it at that, and just sit there and see what the judges do. I mean, Christ, I've been there 17 years. I've been there longer than any of the magistrate judges, so I could probably get away with that. What was it, Bull Shannon?
Everybody's gonna get a new logo, huh?
Oh, here it is.
Rick's logo's okay, huh?
Yeah, Rick's got a good. Rick,
Yeah,
well, Rick's so proud of his logo, he puts it on every damn thing.
Yeah, registered.
Everything.
That's how you keep shit from getting stolen.
I bet he's got condoms with his fucking logo on it.
See, like these? That's my ammo box. Find it in your car, I shoot you in the face.
That's it. You identify the ammunition? Yes, it has my personal logo on it. Yes, sir.
No, the reason why it's on my guns is because when you put 50 guns together and they all look exactly the same, you're like, where the fuck's my gun at? And then you're like walking down the thing looking for your gun. And you're like, fuck this. So I'll just put some stickers on mine. And easy to find.
Do you have a tattoo of that on your body yet?
Not yet. Tomorrow.
Then you don't own it, I guess. So
I own it.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of the clamp down each leg, so it looks like I'm squeezing my balls.
Logo of the year contest, huh?
There's a reason I bought this thing.
It's like
I haven't
pops you
figured out exactly what I want to do with these.
now that the horse is over.
Y'all ever seen them crazy tattoos where dude's got like elephant ears tattooed on his legs and shit?
Oh man, that's funny.
Have you ever seen the green dragon picture?
No.
It's a guy's junk. Green dragon. The whole thing is tattooed. It's a big old green dragon. Let me see if I can find it.
There goes the chat.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want to see that. I will say I got a few tattoos. This you think this is tender? There's no way in hell I could have a tattoo actually on my junk. That ain't gonna happen, because that right there hurt like, oh my god. I mean, that was painful.
She could just make that $1 bill turn into 100 in no time.
I couldn't imagine that though.
All rise. Criminal Court Part 2 is now in session. The Honorable Harold T. Stone presiding. Amen.
God damn it. Trying to turn it off before they kick you off for a copyright infringement.
Rub wants to know, does he have to be a wreck to get a tattoo? I guarantee you wouldn't be a wreck. You might start off a wreck, but you wouldn't end up a wreck. Hell no.
You may never get erect again.
I think this is it. Ouch. Yeah, that's it.
That will be my final video on YouTube. Not my final video, but my final. I don't do a lot of work related videos, but that will be the final work related video. I will have somebody have my phone like 2 days before I'm fucking set to retire. I will stand up there behind I'll have a little light thing behind my head, and I will do the bull Shannon. I swear that I will do that.
And not only did he endure the pain of the green dragon, he has a freaking thing in it, piercing.
Oh, TR, you didn't get the
Prince Albert, huh?
There you go. Check that shit out.
I'm not even gonna go.
Oh, Christ.
All right, here we go.
gonna-
I gotta check it out. I know I'm gonna regret it.
I'm not clicking on that link.
You're gonna
You
like
kiss
it,
my
Reggie.
ass.
I'm not
Holy
clicking
hell.
I'm not clicking on no. Nope.
I know how Rick spends his free time now.
I put it out there. That's me. No.
Okay, you put it up there.
Nobody click on that. Just telling you.
Don't click
I don't
on
know
that.
what it is. Don't do it. Actually, you guys can do it and you can tell us what it is. We don't have to actually see it. So yeah, go ahead and click on that.
AKA the House of Pain.
Yeah, God damn, there's no way. I mean, damn. As a kid, I was hit there, and there's a couple unfortunate accidents with falling out of trees and stuff where things have hit there. I can't even imagine fucking putting a sharp thing through the end of your thing. No.
Oh my
Look
god.
up a Prince
Okay.
Albert sometime.
Yeah, the balls of you.
That'll keep you up at night.
Yeah, that ain't happening. You ain't sticking. No.
No. How the fuck could you ever do that?
And then they probably had to do it in more than one showing. So like,
I guess my answer, Blue, would be good drugs. Would be
Damn.
that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, every one of us has had that experience where you're walking down a hallway or you're walking through whatever and somebody swings a bag over their shoulder or they swing it off their shoulder and the fucking thing comes back and it hits you right directly in the old twig and berries. And you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And you take like 5 steps and it crumples you to the fucking ground because it takes like 5 seconds to fucking hit. There is no way I'm sticking a needle through that. No. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
It's a great subject y'all chose to end on. That's
Your
fantastic.
chat just went to
Yeah,
shit.
Rick, thanks for the uplifting.
It was fucking Rick. Rick's the one that started this shit.
And fucking fireman, you know, I mean.
Yeah.
All they
Yeah,
do is
Combs,
hoses
don't
all
click
day.
on that link, Combs.
Actually, Rob started it by saying, "Hey, do you have any tattoos?"
Yeah, but
I didn't say that.
You took it to the next level.
Yeah, Rick. I mean, you're a fire guy. You're always playing
Hey,
through.
I always bring it to the next
So-
level.
No, that wasn't me. I didn't ask that question, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
I don't
You
give a
said-
shit if you have any tattoos.
You said, "Do you have a tattoo of that logo?"
Oh, just of that logo. I didn't expect the shit to mushroom up like that.
That's all right. I'm blaming it on you, anyways.
Well,
You say mushroom up?
just think, Rob.
Mushroom?
He's in a building with a bunch of men, and they play with hoses all day long.
And they sleep together at night.
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
I get it.
Don't get jealous, Blue.
Yeah.
I say revoke his ticket to Farmageddon.
Might not give him the gate code.
Yeah, fuck that.
I already got the gate code. I brought it with me.
We're gonna
Got
change it.
12 rounds in it.
I'm a padlock in my fucking tent from the inside because you know how firefighters are. They always look up to cops as their heroes, and I don't want to be raped in the middle of the night. So
You're going to find yourself in a circle of fire in that tent, by the way. You're bringing a gallon of gasoline.
at least now we have
Yeah,
witnesses.
you'll be glad to see a firefighter.
You
So
can.
who are
you
you
can
going to
sleep
call
in
now?
the.
Who are you
fucking-
calling now, Blue? A cop?
Now you guys are going to give me you're going to give me freaking nightmares because now all I can see is Rick putting a ring of fire around my fucking tent,
And I'm going to play Johnny Cash, and I'm going to turn it on
and
10.
he's going to be like, "I'm here to be your hero," and he's going to scoop me up and be all lover like. No,
And
don't.
Blue fell into a burning ring of fire.
Hey, Blue, you can sleep in the crap shack if you want.
I'll sleep under the shower all night. I'll just turn the warm water on.
Blue's going to get initiated down there, huh?
That craft shack's going to burn nicely.
If you burn that sumbitch down, you got to go. That's the
That is
comfort
the-
station.
No, I might melt some of the wood on the ends, but that's about it. From some toxic.
Oh shit! Now he's bringing gas into the fuck. Now he's bringing noxious fumes in. Man, if I end up dead, you guys know who did it.
Oh, come on, Blue. I love you, buddy.
The firefighter that always wanted to be a cop.
That's it. Nothing like wanting to be hated.
Yep. Anybody out there, we're fucking with each other.
I can see it now. There's gonna be a rivalry.
Oh, it's gonna be a cop fireman fucking bonanza.
If they get out of hand, I'm going to kill them both and bury them somewhere.
We're gonna be in timeout, Blue.
Damn it!
Yeah, unmarked graves.
They're forcing us to make a partnership to go against.
What the fuck?
He's got a lot of land, so it'll be good.
Moving targets.
About it.
I always like shooting moving targets.
Damn it! I wanted to do. I've never watched the movie, but there's all those memes about Brokeback Mountain. I wanted to do a great meme from that show, and I couldn't do it because I've never seen it. Oh God! I'll never let go. That was the Titanic. Damn it! I can't quit you. That's it. I can't quit you. Thank you, Google. I can't quit you, Rick.
I have no idea what.
Y'all have to do this bromance.
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's getting a little
It's
uncomfortable.
just Blue. It's
Yeah.
just Blue. I tried burning him and killing him, but then he wants to get all gay on me.
Fire turned me on.
I don't like where this is going.
Fucking the watching now just dropped from 75 to 65. Rick.
Well, it's about time to end it anyway. Might as well go down in flames.
Go down in flames. I fell in
All righty then.
Farmageddon.
All right. We do need to go ahead and end this. It is funny right now though, but yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow. So anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll let you guys do a outro. And I'm gonna start with Blue.
Oh no, this was I don't know. I think this is one of the better chats we've had in a couple months. I mean, we hit on some very serious topics, and then we like we always do. We ended it up with some lighthearted bullshit, which we all think's funny. Who knows if the chat thought it was funny, but we thought it was funny. Yeah, excited for the in 6 months. Holy crap, I can't wait. 6 months. But it's gonna be a good time. So thanks TR for the invite. You guys in the chat room. It was great seeing you guys as always. External, you guys always rock. So have a good night.
Yeah, we had a good subject going there for a long time. It was a good chat. Pop's Quest, go ahead.
Appreciate you having me on. Enjoyed it. That's about it.
All right, Rick, is your 6 covered? Would you like to say anything?
Sure. Check out the latest videos. Get over and subscribe. And thanks again, you guys, for showing up and supporting TR's channel. See you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.
And I think I have everybody's link in the description below. Hopefully they work, but I did put them all down there. And Rosie, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, great chat tonight. Really got in depth on some philosophical stuff. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, there was a lot of laughs the last half hour or so. I do a lot of vintage audio rebuilding. I've got just finished rebuilding a 1962 Allied 333 tube stereo receiver. You may enjoy watching the 2-parter on that. And as usual, thanks to Side Chat and Blue and Pops and Rick and TR. Great to see you guys. Always fun and informative too.
Well, thanks, Rosie, for coming on. I mean, you are the cornerstone of the Tuesday night chat. And I know you can't be here every week, but I appreciate it when you can be on here. And I did see the headline of your latest video with a remote control, like 1956 or something like that. I don't know.
1962, yeah. RCA introduced the remote control for color television.
Yeah. So I got to go back and watch that. But anyway, thanks for being on here.
My pleasure.
And guys and gals out there in the external, y'all are awesome. I may have missed it, but I at least seen we hit 84 people watching this chat. That is, for a YouTube chat, at least in my experience, that's a big chat. And I thank all y'all for coming by and checking us out and hanging out and shooting the shit with us. I don't know. I mean, we've built up a really good community here, and I appreciate it. That's all I can say. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Sunday night chat. As far as I know, I'm going to. If I'm not, I'll put out a video saying I'm not. But otherwise, plan on Sunday night. So,
hey, TR, if you're not going to do the Sunday night chat because you have plans, send me a text message and I'll set up a link for the way I usually do it. Whenever you're not doing it, I'll just kind of keep it going if you get busy.
Yeah. As far as I know, I think I'll do one Sunday, but just in case, if I don't, go over there and check out Blues 823 will take over for me and fill in. So we'll see. It's still a few days away, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, with that, later, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for making this an awesome chat. I really do appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.